Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense here ready to go on 1st and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there.
Let's go!
To throw on 2nd down. Moon. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Whitney Merciless coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Come on, let's go!
Back to throw. Moon. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I'd say that qualifies as a pretty darn good opening series. Get them into 3rd and long, get them out of their comfort zone, and guess what? Get your crowd into it early, too.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Whoosh. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those deep tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. AP still got it. A gain of 32 that time. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. And he slings one that's incomplete. The new acquisition, Martellus Bennett, the intended target. And it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Ten yards to go on third. From the gun, it's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good, 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Here we go.
From the gun, Moon. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Travis Kelsey, 77 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they'll take over with the ball 1st and 10. They toss it left side to Peterson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Wilson operating from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree. One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said hello.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now Lee, throwing on 4th down. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there, 46 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Moon. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Brian Arakpo. From that outside linebacker spot, he's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Moon. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And likely just out of field goal range, could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds Beckham complete. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown, New Orleans. Odell Beckham, 56 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. Room here to run.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Off the play fake. Moon. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 3rd and 2, Moon. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Barber. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Off-play action. Moon. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Not a stat we talk about often with tight ends, but Travis Kelsey, he can move it after the catch. 3rd overall in the NFL in yards after catch last season.
Behind 2 running backs, Le'Veon Bell. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Back now here live in New Orleans. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go! Trans 38! Trans 38! Ohio!
Looking to throw on second down. Moon. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw on 3rd down. Moon. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter, get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They toss it left side to Peterson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Wilson to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Andy Lee now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They give him a gain of 37. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that, but flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Follow me on social media. And once again, thanks for watching.